All right, everyone, we are here with the final war of Season 34 against JA Jedi Assassins. Today I will be taking in Immortal Abomination, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and Falcon. I will have Path 9 in both sections, and then 2 mini-bosses on Boss Island. Now we're locked in top 10, assuming we don't die about 19 plus times, which isn't likely. So not too much pressure in this war. There's not room really to advance forward without dockings. So just to give you some perspective, I am still chasing a deathless season though. So you are going to see me boost as if we need to win this war. So Path 9 here, I'm just going to use a 20% boost. Going to take 2 fights and then wait and make sure that timing's going to work out for my last set of 6-hour boosts. Void here on the first node. Pretty straightforward with Cosmic Ghost Rider. You just go through the special 2 rotation and land your parries and hope that he doesn't play super passive into the poison phase. So parry Heavy Judgment for the aptitude. Parry medium ending with a light combo for the power gain judgment, and then into the vigilance judgment into special 2 with cosmic boosts and power back boosts. We easily have enough to finish him with the next special 2. So I am half suicides here, bleed suicide. That's helping with the power back boosts. Yeah, so pretty straightforward. Now this next node is Silver Surfer, and we have to play the rotation a little bit differently. And if Silver Surfer is reluctant, let's say, to throw his special, if he's aggressive and throws his special 1 during the Incinerate phase, we're going to have to kind of wait that out before dropping our special 2. Otherwise, the entire special 2 will end up in the poison phase. But game plan here was to do the full combo enders in reverse. So parry heavy to start, vigilance ending with a medium after that. And since it's got power focus 1, this is going to push him to special 1. The vigilance is going to help us avoid miss. So there's the miss. There's the power gain. Miss is gone, but he's in the poison phase because he threw special 1. So now I'm just going to parry, or try to. Luckily, we didn't trigger dexterity there. And as the poison phase is ending here, I decide to throw the special 2. Those buffs aren't going to expire during it. The global's still on cooldown, and we actually got pushed to special 3. And even without the perfect mini game, this special 3 is going to do the job. So just got to be mindful here with what's on this second node. If you don't have a good game plan going in and it's a Mystic Dispersion champ and you're still using Cosmic Ghost Rider, things can get interesting, but don't panic. Just make sure you fight during the Incinerate phase and you're aware of where the global is. So here, timing was going to work out. I'm going to be able to take the rest of my fights on these 6-hour boosts. First fight here, we've got Longshot on Blood in the Water with, I forget the name of the node, but taking a blocked hit gives you a disorient debuff, and you can remove it by dashing back and holding block. But what you're going to see me do for most of this fight is just avoid block and hit into Longshot's block, at least until Window of Opportunity goes away and I'm allowed to stun. And then from there, we're going to go back into parrying. Now, I'm not going to finish full combos against Longshot. Because of the lack of contact while he's stunned, he's actually going to gain good karma pretty quickly and easily, and he'll hit Pure of Heart pretty quick right there. And what we have to look out for is the instant bleeds from the special 1. So we definitely cannot get hit by this. We don't have any way of healing back since the node has a passive heal block. So I'm just playing this really slow, avoiding as much block damage as possible. I do have the suicides turned off, and I have put points into Inequity and Resonate to help with some of the damage. But here, things can get pretty dicey if you don't set yourself up for success. And one of the ways that this fight would lead to failure is you ending a full combo with Longshot at a special 1, and you dex back getting ready to set yourself up, and he just throws it anyway. Anyway, so you can see here it's really slow. We haven't thrown a special attack yet. I'm trying to build to I-Bomb's special 2. Once we get there, should just be smooth sailing through special ones. But like I said, I'm just playing this super safe. I'm about to get cornered here from playing it too safe, and I recognize that, so I go to hit into his block just to give me some more space for him to throw this special one and then end up having to do it again. And he's being passive with this one, so I actually haven't thrown his special attack yet, and we're here at 50% health. I could be tricky and dash in after that first hit of the special one, which you guys have seen me do before, and then dash out with the second hit. I just chose not to. Yeah, I'm not trying to play this uber aggressive. So we got the aura up. It's been a long fight there. Tried to intercept him, and he was ready for that. We're against the wall here. Just decided to throw the special one, and he's pretty much going to tick away right there. So good fight. Kind of long, but it's just playing a waiting game here. I actually had the choice of not taking this Doom and us trying a Havoc, and I volunteered to try it with Falcon. Falcon's good with his locked on against Hazard Shift. He won't take any of the debuffs. And then since he's a Defiance champ, we don't have to worry about the aura converting buffs or gaining buffs, so Mystic Dispersion's gone, and us getting shocked and then heavied. So we have a White Magneto pre-fight. The reason we have that is the One-Eyed Open ability on this node. It actually does not reflect the damage while stunned when you use a White Magneto pre-fight. And whether I have it or not, my kind of safety go-to when lockdown expires like this, if I'm not all the way against his wall, is to parry. Now here we're just trying to bait out this special one, and yeah, we got to dex it. So you're going to want your dexes on point. But one thing I did not think about was this special 2 while the aura is up. And the aura actually reduces a lot of that crit damage on the second hit of the special 2. So I'm going to end up throwing that special 2 one more time. And what actually happened during the fight was I actually saw the yellow number significantly low on it and then went, oh, I should be throwing special ones if the aura is up. And just make him bleed out. So there's one more special 2 coming. It made this fight a bit slower than I think it should have been. There are a lot of special ones that I was dodging this entire fight. But if you're fine hitting into the champion's block or just not giving up ground and getting pushed to your wall, Falcon isn't a bad counter here for this node, especially if you can't send one of your usual ones. I think we've usually sent a Kingpin here, and this is a rank 4 Doom, so hefty boy. So we got the locked on here. I'm going to bait out the special 1, and then before this locked on expires, we're actually going to drop this next special 1. One key thing that you're probably not noticing or noticing, his aura is up, but because we're locked on, we can throw heavies and special attacks to knock him down, because it is that part of the aura is considered a defensive ability, and the locked on actually shuts it off. So we don't have to worry about the aura being up as far as throwing special attacks, as long as we're locked on. Nearing the end here, there's going to be one more locked on, just because I could not get this special attack out before this round of locked on ended. And then we will finish it with a special 1. He seemed a little sped up there. That was interesting. And then this special will end it. So took a risk, worked out, brought Falcon for just that fight. So happy to do it. Moving on, Cosmic Ghost Rider has one more fight, and I was happy this 12% boost was still running in time for us to take this bishop. I have a Odin Shock buff on this node. You don't need it. You can kind of wait out the bleed phase, or sorry, the shock phase before getting started. But obviously it's easier to finish this fight in a timely manner if you have that buff. So this is your straightforward Cosmic Ghost Rider fight. Parry heavy, parry medium ending with a light, parry medium ending with a medium into special 2. I'm assuming because there was at least one armor up on Bishop while I threw this that I did not get a lot back, and it did not hit as hard as I thought it should have. But it's fine, I don't panic. what I end up doing is repairing from my block here, or actually I dropped it and he came in, and then parry here into the light again, and I just repeat the rotation. He's being passive, so now we're going to reparry from block. I'm not even going to do the vigilance rotation or judgment because I know it's over. If I really wanted to be safe, I should have finished that combo, but it was fine. And then on to the mini bosses. So Mortal Abomination is taking 2 mini bosses, Tigra on Stun Reflect and Wong on Brute Force. Tigra should be pretty straightforward. It is a rank 4 Tigra, and yes, her animations are quite annoying when it comes to spacing, especially if you're trying to avoid accidental parries. But I do have Resonate on to help if I do not prevent her unblockable from just the weakness from her hitting into my block. So game plan here, you're going to go in, you're going to tell yourself don't parry, and you're going to block bait heavies. You're paying very close attention to whether your block, the hits you take into your block, place it poison, and then you can hit into her block to place an easy poison, and you're being very aware of whether you can stun or not. So here start is pretty good. She's not really wanting to immediately throw this special 1, which isn't a big deal. I would suggest that if you are going to take this fight, be comfortable dexing special 2. She's being a little stubborn here with this one, and there we go. So she had a weakness on from Resonate, so we can block this entire thing. We retaliate, we throw our special 2 here, being mindful of where that Stun Reflect timer is. Gone it goes, thanks to the aura. Now we can go ahead and start throwing special 1s, and I do here, even though it pushes her to a special 2 for spacing, on our toes in case she decides to throw that special 2. There it is. And then down she goes. So pretty straightforward fight as long as you don't accidentally parry. And then Wong here, he's a newish champ. Game plan with the Brute Force here was to block bait heavies, but you're going to have to block bait multiple when he doesn't have a bar of power. Obviously, you can intercept. The first heavy is going to come out unstoppable. Once it goes on once it expires, it'll go on cooldown for 6 seconds, so you can bait out another heavy, and that's your opening. So there's the unstoppable. Baiting out another heavy, he's just not doing it, so I go hit his block, try to bait out another heavy. There we go. I'm pushing him to special 1. When he gets to special 1, I'm baiting that out for openings, and then trying to push him to the next special 1. Obviously, if you get some intercepts here and there, it's going to be an easier rotation without having to deal with a little bit of power gain from trying to bait heavy attacks. But he's pretty willing to throw a special 1, which I was actually surprised by. Now we're looking at this energy buff passive that he has here that's kind of counting up. When that gets to 90, I have my eyes on it. When it gets to 90, one of his special 1s that we bait out, we are going to retaliate with a heavy attack, because when we knock him down with 90 plus of them, he loses all of them. And that'll prevent us from getting hit with burst damage when we use a medium or light attack. So that's really the only tricky thing to fighting Wong on a node that doesn't have a lot of power gain, or if you're using a champion that doesn't have a lot of buffs. And there, he just decided not to throw that, and I knew it was unblockable. So I ended my war with a perfect season of 70-0. All right, our BG ended up losing to their BG 4-0. And we actually ended up losing this war 8-1. So I think even if we were full on trying, we still would have lost this war. JA with a great war of only 1 death. But being locked in top 10 and not being able to make top 3 doesn't really motivate a whole alliance. But that was the end of season 34. Hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Hit subscribe, like, follow, and share, and I will catch you guys at the rewards video.